In the trees of Bellingham, on Western Washington University's campus, lies the Ridgeway Complex. The complex is made up of 3 different communities. There is the Soda community, consisting of Sigma, Omega, Delta, and Alpha, the Beta Gamma community, and the Alma Clark Glass Kappa community. Building of the complex started in 1962 by the architect Fred Bassetti. Bassetti's vision was to bring an Italian village concept to the Pacific Northwest. The Ridgeway Complex was built in 3 phases over the course of 7 years. Phase 1 consisted of the Soda community, opening in 1962. Phase 2 was Kappa, which opened in 1963. All 5 of these buildings have indoor corridors with shared bathrooms and common living spaces for socializing. Phase 3 consisted of Beta Gamma community, opening in 1965. These buildings were built in small clusters with outdoor corridors to give students more freedom. The Ridgeway Commons was also part of Phase 3. The complex also won several awards for its design, one of which was an award from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development in the college housing category. This award was presented by Vice President Hubert Humphrey at Western's campus in 1966. In his speech, Humphrey praised the Ridgeway dormitories for being built for people, an architecture designed to make life just a little better and more pleasant. In former President Charles J. Flora's book, Normal College Knowledge, President Flora talks about how Vice President Humphrey talked and kept on talking. The excitement wore off and everyone except the VP was miserable. President Flora also talked about how when the Ridgeway Commons was built, they built right on top of President Flora's favorite pond, which they were outraged about. The ridge is always full of wildlife. On any given day, you may spot a deer, raccoons, or squirrels. There's also animal sculptures scattered around the ridge. Some are in plain sight, but some take a little more digging to find. Fast forward to 2021, the newest addition to the ridge was built, Alma Clark Glass Hall. Alma Clark Glass Hall was built to replace Highland Hall and Lounge. The new building was named after the first Black student to attend Western. Alma Clark Glass attended during the winter and spring of 1906. The building has artwork and graphics to celebrate diversity and the life of Alma Clark Glass. Designed with accessibility and inclusion in mind, the new building creates a single pathway for everyone, described as a shared journey for the community using a series of ramps and an elevator to make the Ridgeway community ADA accessible for the very first time. Fast forward a little further to 2022, my freshman year. I grew up in a very small town in north central Washington, so moving to the city and experiencing living on my own for the very first time, well, it was scary. The Ridge was my home that year. I got lucky with my room. It overlooked the trees and was fairly quiet. I met some amazing people that are still some of my closest friends. But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. On Halloween weekend, a weekend I will never forget, my room flooded. Our room was called the Swamp for the rest of the year because of it. Despite the minor setback, living on the Ridge transformed me into the person I am today. I am now an RA in Beta and couldn't be happier being back in the place I call home.